Well, as much as we thought this is where we could be, I don't think this is where we thought we would be at this point in the series. 3-2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs as the Ottawa Senators win 2 consecutive. This one a convincing 4-0 victory. Obviously, 2 of those goals coming on empty netters for the Ottawa Senators here tonight. But regardless the score, regardless the way it happened, I think the vibe across the city, the vibe for people here at Greta Bar YYZ on 590 King Street West, it's pretty down. It is pretty depressing, and it is very, very uncomfortable. Tonight's show, a presentation of Bet365. We'll break down everything that happened in this game. What went wrong? I'd love to say what went right in some of these losses as well. When I say, hey, you know what? This was a positive. This was okay. You can build off of that. I don't know. Maybe as the show goes on, we'll find some of those here tonight. But as of this moment, right now, I personally am struggling to find any positives. We do have a special guest joining us here tonight. I don't want to make him wait for any longer. Let's get to our Ninja Krispy hotline. Time now for the Ninja Krispy hotline, presented by the Ninja Krispy 4-in-1 portable glass air fryer.
Meet the first of its kind, the Ninja Krispy portable cooking system. The power of a full-sized air fryer in the palm of your hand, so you can cook big or small batches. Just prep it, crisp it, serve it, and store it all in one.
It is an all-in-one system that includes 4-quart, 6-cup Tupperware glass containers and 2 storage lids. And Ninja Krispy is thermal shock resistant and can go from frozen to crispy in minutes. With the Krispy Power Pod, you get the power of a full-sized air fryer in the palm of your hands. The 4-quart container fits 4 pounds of chicken or veggies. Cook a personal-sized meal in 7 minutes. In the 6-cup container, max crisp, bake, air fry, and recrisp with the Ninja Krispy. You can prep, cook, and store anything from crispy favorites to one-dish meals. Visit their website in the link in the description and stay tuned for a chance to win a free Ninja Krispy for one of our lucky fans. Let's get to him here now right away. I don't want to make him wait on this one. I'm kind of curious to see if the mood he's feeling is the same as myself. Let's get to friend of the show, the man who is pulling double duty here today on Leafs Morning Take as well, Carter Hutton. Huts, how's it going, buddy? Are you as depressed as I mean, I guess you're not like a fan the same way I am, so maybe it's not the same for you, but do you understand the depression after a game like this?
I do. Maybe I just process it differently, like in the sense of like my playing days, and I still think there's a bit of like less panic, maybe because you still have 2 games to go and you still have a chance to finish the job, but yeah, it's a little bit of shock and awe too, right? Like so many things that were positive to take out of the game. Like you talk about the start and how well they played.
Yeah.
And, the ice was tilted, but then again, this is like a team that again is it just leaves me wanting more. And we think back to all these years past, and it's hard not to panic. It's hard not to see Matthews break his stick. It's not to see the back check by Nylander on the shorthanded goal. It's hard not to just be frustrated here and see the urgency in this team to not put this Sens team away and just let them hang around. It's disheartening and very concerning at this point, Zach.
Huts, I think the thing for me with like what you said and talking about the first period and the chances that you had and the ice tilt and carrying the play, and I mean walking out of that first period basically holding the Sens, I think it was to 4 shots in the first period, and you think about the chances you had, the shots on goal you had, the cumulative. That's all fine and dandy for game 1, 2, 3, even maybe 4 at that point. That's fine. That's fine in the first couple of years. I think the thing that's making me sick to my stomach following a game like this is like, look, I'm going to put it bluntly. I don't give a fuck about how many shots on goal you had or how you played in the first period. This is a clinching game. This is an opportunity to win at home, shut down this series, close out the Ottawa Senators, and you got goose-egged. Kudos to Linus Ullmark. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but guess what, Huts? You pay Austin Matthews $3.25 million. William Nylander, $11.5. Mitch Marner, $11. John Tavares, $11.5. You need to score fucking goals, and in the playoffs at 5-on-5, and when it matters the most in these clinching games, games 5, 6, 7, these elimination games, you can't do so. So I agree with you. That's positive. You started that way. I mean, I was sitting here like, we're going to fuck these guys up in periods 2 and 3. And it's just like, you can't find a way to get the puck in the back of the net. Whoop-de-doo. You hit the post, Matthews. Great. Kudos. You want a handshake? You hit the post in game 4 in overtime as well. You lost that game. That's the frustrating thing right now. The puck needs to go in the net for some of these big boys. The inability to score when it matters is infuriating.
It is, and it's a good point. It's a fact of the matter is when you get paid that big bucks, you need to be a big game player, and they have a goalie that makes $8.25 million, and he was a big game player tonight. And that being said, they need to find a way to get over the hump, and they couldn't do it tonight. And especially, I thought the table set up well for them when Ridley Gregg took that penalty. He took a dumb penalty on Marner. It set the table for the power play. To give up a shorthanded goal in that moment on just an absolute pizza from Matthews is absolutely killer. The back check by Nylander was absolutely horrible. We're going to see, there's definitely going to be a lineup change. It's got to be, I don't know if it's Pacioretty or it's McMahon out for Robertson, because McMahon's been non-existent. For a guy with a big body that can generate some poise and some space out there, it's hard to watch at this point, Zach. And I feel your frustration, and I feel I understand it too, because it's so fresh too, right? This is like something every year. It's the same stuff over and over again. And I feel for you in that sense. I guess there's still not a sense of panic because you still have 2 games, but history being history, man, this is tough, man. This is tough to watch. And I feel for you wearing it on your sleeve. But that being said, they have to find a way to score. Like, you're making that kind of money, especially spread out throughout this lineup. Your big boys just throwing up a goose egg at home in game 5 to eliminate. It's why, like, you couldn't, if they lose this, it's wild. Now you got to fire the peanut vendors in the Scotiabank too. Everybody's gone. You got to actually just put the rink in where the Jays play. Like, you got to get rid of Scotia. It's over. You have to rebuild it all.
It's done. Like, okay, yeah. So like, I'm gonna make light of this here for a second. So the one thing I was like, it's like the positive is you're up 3-0. Like, you're not gonna blow this. Like, you know what the last box to check for this group is?
3-0. A 3-0 blown lead. This is the last box to just blow this place to oblivion. Imagine. I can't think it's possible. But Brady Tkachuk, man, like, he called it, man. We're gonna drag. He's like McDavid. We're gonna drag him back to Alberta. He's dragging him back to Canada. And then now it's all the pressure. Like, do you go with Wall now? Like, what do you do? Dude, like, Stolarz wasn't bad. You can't even talk right now, Zach. this is it. It wouldn't even be mad. It would just be like the funniest ending ever to the Leafs score.
Like, I don't even know. You know when, like, people cope differently and, like, they go through different stages of grief? I think I'm in, like, hysterics. Like, this is like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm so pissed about this game. But it's like it can't happen again. Yeah, it can, dude. Then it happens again.
And it's only, like, realistically, like, things are going like he made a good point on the post game there. They talked about like a snowball is rolling downhill. Now they have the momentum. The pressure is totally on Toronto now, right? And we've seen how they've handled pressure in this situation. It is unbelievable. I don't know how Craig Berube gets his team to respond after that. Now going into Ottawa, I feel like it's going to go 7 now. I don't know why. It makes me sick.
I know you're not the only one, Hutz, and I think that's the thing that's fucking nightmare fuel. I've got tea times booked for Saturday at 1:45 p.m. I got to do a pregame show at Greta. Like, I'm gonna have to cancel my tea time. I'm all pumped up. I'm gonna get out for the first of the year. Fuck you. How about that? I mean, look. Like, let's get back to some serious stuff here a little bit, the best we can. I want to hone in on that power play specifically, and known stat guy Jay Rosehill points out here in our, to me, I don't even know where this comes from, 0 for 30 on the power play in clinching games. It's unbelievable. Hutz, 0 for 30 seems statistically impossible, especially when you have that money out there on the ice. But it's not just 0 for 30. It's not just inability to score goals and you come up short, you get unlucky. It's like, it's Marner, soft plays, no look, backhands. It's pirouettes at the blue line. It's not able to enter the zone. It's not able to possess the puck past the blue line. It's fucking soft-ass passes from your $13.25 million captain from behind the net in a 1-goal game that gives you a 2-0 deficit. Like, you were given a gift, not by the referees, by Ridley Gregg from a stupid bonehead penalty that he takes on Mitch Marner. They handed you an opportunity to tie that game up and swing things in your favor, and you just can't do it. 0 for 30 on the power play. If that, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how much you even trust Rosie on the stat on that one. I'll back check it, but I believe him. But it's 1 for 13 in closeout games right now. Like, look, they very well may win on Thursday and close out this series, and you forget it in a way, and you move on, and you bring people back in. But Hut's like, I mean, big picture, you look at these guys, there's got to be a sense of panic here, not just about the team, but about them and their ability to win series and get it done when it matters, is there not?
I think so too. And put all that aside, what I'm thinking about now is like the internal thoughts of a player, right? Like, I think about things like humps that I've got over in my career. Like, there's no catching up now. Like, you doubt yourself. You know, everything was rolling. Everything was going well. Now to get over that hump, to try to go to Ottawa, that building is going to be electric. And there's going to be so much pressure on a team that, like, needs to play and freewheel and create offense and get to the net, where they don't do that. They didn't do it tonight. I know they held serve, right? But when you go back and you watch all those clips of, I got to watch the game again because I just watched it live, and it's sometimes like instant reaction can be trickier. But like, they show the first period chances. It's like tips. There's no one right in front of. There's no one there on the rebounds. There's no one making their life absolute hell in front of the net on Linus Ullmark, where we just watched him. He was prime for the taking in game 4. He was bad in game 4. He was struggling. He was locked on his edges. And I made a big point of that. I think he got away with one in game 4, finding a way to win at home there, because I don't think he was very good. Tonight he was good, but they don't make it hard. They make it like it's perimeter game. And I thought Ottawa just did such a good job of protecting the house. Now, when I say that, I think like Ottawa did a good job, or is that just the lack of urgency by the Leafs getting to that area? You know what I mean? So I'm quick to always be like, we're always quick to defend a certain side, but then you got to look at it from the other way. I think they just make it easy to play against, especially in a big game where the power play is on the perimeter. Even the rim goes by Nyes and it goes out of the zone on the penalty on that power play there. The effort there's like no effort by Nylander to make that read. Like, if you're Nylander, you know that puck's traveling to the net, and you need to make a quick play to at least try to make an effort on that play. And that's like game-changing plays. Like, maybe he makes an effort and keeps that puck in, it changes the outcome of the game. And I don't feel that urgency. And I thought this team was different, but right now it's really hard to see this. I hope this is just like a blip. I know you're going to start to cry. You're laughing and crying. But that being said, like, is this what they need? Is this like they're going to get pushed to the limit and win this series and go on? We were talking about them getting rest. And Panthers and Tampa were going to beat the heck out of each other. The Panthers are going to win 5-0
than the Leafs are.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know how to summarize this, man. I need to.
Okay, let's focus on two things here. Let's start on the Sen side of things. You talked about Ullmark. I agree he was good here tonight. I'm sick of. Like, I lose my mind in the regular season a little bit, especially against some of those. It's very common when you play, like, you know, the Utahs or Arizona formerly, or, you know, you play the Anaheim Ducks, and it's like the fucking Toronto Star is writing articles about this unknown goalie, like, getting the better of you and shit. And you're like, he got goalie, and it's like, yeah, that guy did have a fucking unbelievable night, but at the same time, like, these guys got to find a way to score. Linus Ullmark is a very, very good goaltender. He won the Vezina Trophy. Like, he's deemed by the NHL as a very good goaltender. How much of this tonight is getting goal leads? How much of this is the team not doing the right things to get themselves in the right position, as you kind of mentioned there, not making his life difficult in front? And then the last part of it, which trying to think of the best way to phrase it, but how much of this is just the best players being chokers and gripping their sticks too tight when it matters? Because they had some chances, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, I do think it's the best players have to be the best players. When have we ever watched elimination games and there hasn't been a big performance from a big player? Yeah. The league is built on superstars. The league is built on the best players being your best players. And a conversation I had when I was early in my career, I remember playing in Nashville when Pekka Rinne was the guy, and the goalie coach would say to me, Mitch Corn, he was a very black and white guy. He would say, like, Huts, your job is to go 500 this year, right? You're paid to go 500. Pekka Rinne makes $7 million a year. He's paid to be the superstar. Roman Josi, Shea Weber, the stars are paid to be the difference makers. And there wasn't a difference maker tonight for them. And I look back to a chance in the second period where he walks down. Matthews walks down on a 2-on-1 with Matthew Nyes. He looks him off. He shoots. Like, that has to end up in the back of the net because that was a breakaway pretty much. Like, they gave him a grade A. This is a guy that scored 69 goals last year. Like, those are difference makers in that game, and it wasn't there tonight. And it's disheartening to the sense of, I think when we talk about teams, I had this conversation today, and I talked about it yesterday with Merrick on the sheet about Connor Hellebuck. And we judge these players by like regular season, but now the fluff is gone. All the teams that you can have these runaway performances, you can shut them down, you can make it easy, they're gone. And every team that you're playing against is playing good hockey and playing a tougher style of hockey defensively. And I feel like this is where this team gets exposed now because of that. I think they've been better, and I don't want to go off on a total tangent here because I think Craig Berube's done a better job of getting this team to play a better brand of playoff hockey. But that being said, it comes like heart over hype, man. That lady's holding the towel from Ottawa game, the heart over hype, man, it hits right now because the team has a ton of hype, but like heart is going to take you further this time of year.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, you said it, actually. It was, I think, one of the last games of the season, maybe that game against Buffalo when I had you on the show and we were talking about what happens in the playoffs. And it's the one line, it's just, I felt it all year. I think Alberga's preached it on the show. You came on that after dark, and it was the quote that we put out on the clip that went out, and you're like, if it's going to get done, it's the big boys who got to do it. They did a great job, games 1 through 3. Here you are. Like, this one is the one that stands out. It's the goose egg. This is the game too that makes you feel like going back as a Leafs fan specifically here. I don't know, the feeling in the room is probably different in the way. Hopefully, Jesus Christ. Actually, if the feeling in the room is what I'm feeling right now, wave the white flag. Let's just get to the summer and we'll start it. Just save me the misery of Thursday and Saturday. I want to golf. Yeah, like, if they're laughing in the room right now, shut it down. Shut it down. But yeah, it's the big boys. Like, they didn't show up here tonight. It's the goose egg. It makes me sick to have this happen. And it's like Alberga says to me while we're watching the game, he's like, it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. Huts, let's go to the other side of things. I'll get you out of here on this. The last one. Producer Vic was ready to have Joseph Woll in, I think, after game 1. Even though you won 6-2, he was ready to switch things out. I give him a hard time. He didn't actually feel like that much, but he was having conversations. Going into this game tonight, it's, okay, is it going to be Stolarz? Is it going to be Woll? You came on the sheet. You said it was going to be Stolarz. It should be Stolarz. I listened to Mike McKenna on Morning Cup of Hockey with Colby and Laz, and he says it should be Joseph Woll. Well, now here you are. The series is 3-2. Only 2 goals are against Stolarz, one of which, by the way, is a backdoor 2-on-1, and the other one is a tip that he barely even sees, or just a screenshot that he doesn't see. What do you do with the goaltending, Stolarz or Woll, for Game 6 now?
I still think it's Stolarz. I don't see how you get off Stolarz now at this point. I just think it's like ride or die. Like, they lost. They didn't score, Zach. They didn't score a single goal, and it's pretty much a 1-0 loss in that sense. Like, the one is a point shot, the other one's it would have to been an insane save for him to make that one. He wasn't bad. I just don't see how you switch it up. And we're talking about, I could definitely make the argument for Joseph Woll, and I listened to Mike's take, and I think he's a bit biased because he's trained Joseph Woll. He's from St. Louis. He knows him, and that, you got to take that out the window. I'm thinking of, if I'm Craig Berube, what do I do now? And I also think if you go to Joseph Woll, you have to be ready to go to him in Game 7. I just think it's tricky to take Anthony Stolarz out of this series and then try to come back to him in Game 7. So that being said, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that's a difference maker. Like, what? It's not going to recreate more energy or make them harder or make them in tougher areas. So that being said, I think it's ride or die now with Stolarz. I know Vic's going to be upset there. I hope he's there. He's got to.
He's shaking his head
after that one. He's got to go out for a smoke.
Yeah, he had one before the show started. That's why I set you up. This guy was outside. I thought he was gonna kill me during the game. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him right now. He's just shaking his head. Like, he's not even saying words. He's just shaking his head. Huts, 2 things in the chat here. One, I got to find who said this. David Borsato. Oh, wait, maybe not. Someone said Carter Hutton. Oh, it was Francesco Ravenda says Carter Hutton makes those saves. So kudos to you, Huts. There you go. You got some fans in the chat. The other one, which I haven't seen anything. We'll see. This is going to make me sick if I go and watch the post game after this. David Borsato says Mitch Marner's face was white in his presser.
I can't imagine. Honestly, this is wild to watch. The noise, the hype. There's so much pressure on this hockey team. It's not even the fan base, the whole province. And if you're a Leafs fan right now, this has got to be a nervous time. I feel for it. I got my wife's dad is the biggest Leafs fan. We're gonna call and do a health check on him because this is tough to watch. Everybody is, and again, I still don't think they're dead, but like, how can we assume any differently when we get that performance from the big dogs? Like, the big dogs have to be your best players, and they're not there.
I know, that's the problem. It's the same story again and again and again. It's the big boys that just aren't showing up. It's the big boys that aren't making a difference. And like, just being here, seeing this game, being around people, it's like, it's everyone thinking and feeling the same thing over and over and over again. I guess the solace you can take from this, or the positive you can take from this, is if they do blow this, you blow it up probably, right? Like,
I don't think Marner's getting his contract.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Huts, I'm gonna do a scumbag thing to you here, but I want to have the clip just in case for personal reasons. This is the producer part of me. Do you think they bounce back and figure things out on Thursday, or are you panicking about this group as well?
I'm panicked about this group, but I still think they're going to win this series. I think they find a way to get it done. They're a much better team 5-on-5, and I just think they can find a way to win. And I guess maybe that's the player in me, the experience of being in different situations. I remember going down 3-2 when I was played for the Preds, and they actually came to me, told me to be ready to go for Game 6 over Pecorine. They didn't play me. Obviously, that was a smart thing not to do. And we won Game 6, Game 7 against Anaheim. But, like, I still think this team is good, and I think the leadership in, like, McCabe and Tanev, the guys that aren't the stars, are going to push this team over the top. But I don't know. This team is something else, man.
Something else. Carter, thank you for joining us here on the postgame tonight. Like, I honestly, before you go, I'm just going to say, like, I feel like maybe even you were expecting to come on this show and have me, like, have my head explode. I'm just so beyond that, Huts. Like, I don't even... If they lose Game 6, the post-game show, I probably can't do it from Greta because the loudness of my voice and the amount of swear words I'm going to say, they're probably going to say, get the fuck out of here. But this game tonight is, like, actually to the point of just, like, I'm... It's like I want to say I can't believe we're here, but I can believe we're here, and it's laughable. We'll see where this thing goes on Thursday for Game 6. Huts, I appreciate you joining us. Fuck, what a game for you to come on for.
What a game, buddy.
What a game.
Your laughter says it all. Your laughter sums it up.
Dude, I just don't even know what to say or think right now. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. Hopefully we can have you back on here further down the road for some more positive games and wins and all that kind of stuff. But until then, thank you, Huts. I appreciate you taking the time tonight.
Thanks, Zack.
There you go. Carter Hutton jumping on tonight's Leaf Station After Dark to help us break this one down. Just quickly here before we get to Vic, because I want him to give his thoughts, because I've just watched this guy just sit here and shake his head the entire time, and I completely understand why. Look, I wanted to get to Hutton right off the top, and normally I do like a little monologue that I do to start things and jump into and like get myself ready and before we get into the show and everything that I like kind of want to talk about or at least get off my chest. The honest truth for me here tonight is like I am pissed about this game. I'm pissed about the result. I'm pissed about the way that this thing went. I'm pissed about all of it. But there's a part of me that genuinely watches this and watches this shit happen and is like, I am so fucking stupid for thinking over and over and over again that this group has anything different, that there is a different construct, a different mentality, a different approach from these guys. I tried to say it in the pregame show and tried to talk to Alberga about it and say, you know what, this is an opportunity to prove different. look, this might be a bit of an aggressive take here, and I understand that. And if this comes back the other way, and it honestly, if they go further, people, myself included, Vic, who's sitting here, who's gonna say you're an idiot, I always believed, they're gonna clip it and they're gonna put it out. But I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, like, this game tonight felt like a must-win for you as a fan base, not for the series and whether or not you win the series and you move on to the second round. This game felt like a must-win to show that you are a different team with different abilities and a possibility of having any further success. Look, going into this game here tonight, going into Saturday, going into the entire series against the Senators, I always was under the impression that going into a game or a series, whatever, against the Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning was going to be a tough go. Florida even more so than Tampa Bay. Going into Thursday's game, win or lose this series, I right now have zero fucking belief. I'm dead serious. I have zero fucking belief at all that this group is different, that this group gets past the Florida Panthers. Even potentially at this point, this group gets past the Tampa Bay Lightning, because all they have to do is have a goalie who gets a good night, and all of a sudden you're fucked. You have to get guys who play a little bit physical, and you're fucked. You have to get a little bit tense, and you're fucked. I don't see this group just having an ability to get through. And look, this might get kicked back in my face. This might just be this might be a bad take when we're all looking back and it's in the Stanley Cup Finals. That might be, but genuinely, as I sit here right now after Game 5, watching you get fucking shit pumped on the big screen at Greta Bar YYZ, where it is a 4-0 game, and it was 2-0 until 2 empty netters, but it's 4-0 on the score. That is the kind of shit that makes me right now feel like I cannot believe in these guys. It's soft plays. It's stupid turnovers. It's a lack of intensity from these guys to push them over the top, to make the play, to make the hit, to get the shot off, that just always bites them in the ass. And you know what? Honestly, they're probably going to win this series. And you know what? They may win this series on Thursday night. But the reality is, I don't trust these guys with one fucking ounce of my body. I just don't. I don't think they have it in them. I don't care who their coach is. I don't care who the fourth liners are, the defense, the GM. I don't give a fuck who they have in net. I don't think these guys are made up to do this. And the biggest reason I don't think that they're built for this is because of the core four. When it matters the most, those guys pull their dicks out of their pants, and fucking swing their dicks around in our face and say, you thought? You were wrong. Well, they just don't have it. They don't have it. They piss down our leg and they tell us it's raining time and time again. I don't think you've learned your lessons. I don't think you're a better hockey team. I don't think that you have more clutch ability. I would love for you to prove me wrong, but I don't think you have it. You have just not shown us and just found every opportunity to fuck off when it matters the most for it to be the case. And so, yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off about the way that this went. I'm pissed off about all of it. I mean, I just couldn't start the show any other way than laughing, because it's like, I want to say, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're going to Game 6. I can't believe they lost this game. I can't believe this is happening again. But then I look at who the four guys are. Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares, Morgan Rielly. Throw them in the mix if you want. And then I say to myself, can I really not believe it? Like, can I really not believe it? This is a closeout game on home ice, and you fucking pissed all over yourselves. Yourselves, the fan base, all of it. You're completely fucked off when it matters. I'm sorry for the language. I'm sorry for that absolute heater rant right there of just snapping. I can't. Like, you are 1-13 in deciding games. Rosie pointed out 0-30. 0-30 on the fucking goddamn power play, Vic. 0-30 on the power play in closeout games. 0-30. There's like $50 million fucking dollars on the power play, Vic. How are you 0-30? One of the lowest expected goal players. You can fuck off with all the analytics. I will do the same shit. It makes me lose my mind a lot of the time. One of the lowest performing players in this fucking game was Mitch Marner, and he wants $14 million. Congratulations on your 4-point night in game 1. It's game fucking 1. It's 3-2 in the series. I don't give a fuck about your contract. I don't give a fuck about your points for games 1 through 3. I mean, it's just, we're going to get to the end of this series, and it's going to be like, well, Mitch had his points. Congrats on your fucking game 1 through 3 points. Congrats. Take that into the office with Tree Living. He's going to fucking piss on your fucking... I don't even know what he's going to piss on. He's going to piss on something. It may... I don't know. Those guys... It's just proved time and time and time again that these guys just don't have what it takes. I just... Like, honestly, seriously, somebody tell me out there right now that this group is different. Try to tell me they're different. And you know what? You want to see me go to war right now, Vic? To all the fucking Sens fans in this chat right now, going nuts, fuck you. I don't know. We got super chats here. Wait, before we get to the super chats, real quick. We have 50 likes on the stream tonight. I have the smelling salts with me. We've got about 600 viewers on the show tonight. There's no reason for you guys not to hit that like button, not to subscribe to the channel. Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Nick Alberga, Carter Hutton, Jay Rosehill, breaking everything down on the Leafs Morning Take Show, having amazing guests call in and break everything down as well. Right here on the Leafs Nation After Dark, same channel as well. We're breaking everything down. On the flip side of things, following the game, immediate reaction, just absolutely losing their fucking mind. I just say their minds. Like, who am I talking about? It's me. I'm the one losing my mind on the post game. Hit the like button. Every 50 likes, we do smelling salts. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not even trying to make light of the situation. I don't know, Vic. Like, you tell me, am I serious? Am I overreacting after this one? I'm going to do the smelling salts. We just smashed 30 likes in 10 seconds, by the way. It's over 100 now. I'm going to do them twice here. But seriously, like, tell me, am I overreacting right now, Vic? Is that mic working?
You are not. I'm going to come join you here. God. Oh my goodness! Here, give me some of that. Oh, give Austin Matthews some of that. Wake his ass up.
So look, before we get to the super chats here, we did hit 100 again. Honestly, I went on that rant there and lost my mind for a little bit. I think they still win this series, and so it's me sitting here and exploding. Like, I probably, if I was in a cartoon, my face would be tomato red and I would have steam coming out of my ears. And if this fucking, I love this place, but I'm going to lose my mind. The club music right now. Like, I need, like, depressing music. Like, I need Hello Darkness, my old friend. Like, give me that right now. But seriously, Vic, like, I think they still win this series. I think they still probably close this thing out on Thursday even. I pray to God I have a tea time booked on Saturday.
Yeah,
but
I got a wedding on Saturday.
I still think that they close it out. But even if they do, even if they win, I just don't have that belief in these guys long term to do it. Like, tell me they beat the Florida Panthers. Seriously, tell me. That group right there that you just watched beats the Florida Panthers. No fucking shot.
Tell me they beat them one time.
Yeah.
Let alone 4 times in 7. I love the little shot you took at the Sens fans in there. It's so funny to me because they're just saying the same thing the Leafs fans are saying. It's like nothing we've never heard before.
Yeah,
they're like 1-13. It's like, yeah.
And then I read it was like Maxentius Decimus, like 1-13. Like, yeah, I know.
KPG was saying that in my ear like 2 seconds ago here at Greta Bar. It's so funny to me. I mean, I don't think you overreacted at all, to be honest with you. You might have, like, undersold how bad this was. Like, this is the... Not just that they lost, how they lost.
Exactly. That's the point.
And just the
3-2 overtime.
How many?
It's bad, but not as bad.
And how many times? Like I was the first one to say it. I said sweep.
I know. So did I.
And I said 6-1 tonight.
So
like I thought they were gonna come out there and show us who the better team is.
Yeah.
And again, they poo-pooed their pants.
They
yeah,
did.
1-13. Look at that. The chat's going off. 1-13. They pissed down their leg again. Same thing. Couldn't score a goal. Couldn't get any offense. Couldn't get in the dirty areas. When they did, they squeezed them too tight. And I was saying it while we were watching, Zach. I think this was the worst game I've seen Austin Matthews play in his entire NHL career.
I mean, honestly,
I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I can literally, like, I don't like putting the blame on one guy, but that guy led the fucking charge tonight.
Yep.
He is, in my opinion, like 90% of the reason the team lost tonight.
Look, you know, the one thing I kept looking at out there when that line went on the ice specifically, Vic, was who's going to be the catalyst to get this going? Yeah, I talk a lot about the second line, and it's got to be William Nylander. I thought John Tavares was actually good here tonight.
Yep,
Not great, but I thought he was good. I thought he was fine. William Nylander, I need a lot more from, and we can talk about that. But when you look at that first line and what they're supposed to be and the drive and how they're supposed to be the line that pushes you over the edge and scores the goals and creates the plays and gets the momentum going, time and time again, they can't do it, except there's one difference. One difference. You know what the one difference about that line is?
What's that?
Matthew Knies.
Yep.
Because you're looking at a guy who's in his third fucking year in the NHL. You're looking at a guy who is a young kid who is just not freshly exposed to the playoff trauma. He won a round in the first year he played with these guys. He lost in 7 last year to Boston. He doesn't have all the same trauma maybe that these guys carry, but it's him every time who's driving the play, who's finishing the forecheck, who's winning the battle, who's creating any type of energy. You look and it's like, wow, chance for Matthews out from the side, chance for Marner in the high slot. Who set it up? Who created the space? Who won the battle? It's Matthew Knies. It's the kid. It's the guy who's in his third year with this team and the guy who's on an entry-level contract. Not the guy making $13.25, not the guy who's got the captain sewn on his jersey this year, and not the guy who's looking to go to free agency this summer and make $14 goddamn million fucking dollars this year. It's not those two clowns. It's the guy wearing number 23 who's a kid who says, I've got the fucking kahunas to do this, and if it's not for him, that line probably gets their shit kicked tonight.
Every single time. And the thing is with Matthew Knies, the one difference with Matthew Knies that Marner and Matthews don't have is he fucking hates to lose, and he can show you that, and he proves that too. He has that trauma. He lost the national championship in overtime.
Yeah, that's right. He actually does have the trauma.
10 seconds into the overtime period, he was sitting on the fucking bench, the best player on that team, and he lost that way. And guess what? He fucking hates to lose, and he proves it every single night in, night out. That guy works his bag off. John Tavares, again, I'll agree with you. He was, I don't want to say incredible, but he was in the dirty areas. He was mucking it. He was in the dirty places. He got hit a couple times. He's involved. He's noticeable.
He's going the front
the other
net.
three can't say the same. Cannot say the same.
I mean, look, this is like...
Also, why is my fourth line generating more than my first line?
That's what I was about to
Why?
say.
Over and over and over again to start a period. If you're fucking Austin Matthews and you're Mitch Marner and you're sitting there and the third period starts, you're down 1-0, and you look over and you're starting the period on the bench, and they got Lawton out there, and they got Lorentz out there, and they got Yarny out there. Doesn't that send a fucking message? Doesn't that mean like, hey, let me get my shit together here? Why are these guys on the ice?
I know, Lawton is your highest performing expected goals percentage, expected goals shared player on the entire team tonight. It's followed up by Tanev, Matthews, Knies. Jake McCabe comes up underneath. But again, back to your point, Vic, it's them. You know, how many times was it Pat, Johnny, your social media guy, Ryan, us saying to each other, Nick pointing out as well, you know, every single time it's your first line, or fourth line, excuse me, that is starting periods, starting shifts, getting offensive zone opportunities, and then you look out there and it's like, okay, you know what? There's probably numbers to prove against this, and that's fine. The calculator boys can come at me, and we can talk about this. But who was it that felt like they swung momentum in your favor more often than not? Who was it that felt like they were going up the ice in transition, finishing a hit, getting the arena loud with something? And obviously, you know, Matthews and Marner, they're not the guys who are going to level somebody and get the fans to pop like that. But they're the ones who do it through offensive opportunities and chances. They just don't have that. And it's the fourth line. Chances. Steven Lorentz on the breakaway. Fuck, I wish he scored, but it's him on the breakaway. It's Lawton to the front with tips and getting pucks there. It's Calle Yarncroke into the slot. And you know what? The analytics community, they've harped on this for years. And look, I'm not trying to go to war with them here, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I watched that shit right there tonight. And that's the encapsulation of like what is wrong with their argument and what is right with the way the Tree Living constructs stuff, is because who does not score the goals tonight? Everybody, obviously, because you had 0. But those are your best players on the ice. And those were the guys in years past who are not your best players. They would never be your best players. Lines 3, lines 4, they just would never be that. Line 3 is a separate conversation, but I'm talking about big picture. Oof. Line 4 was your best line here tonight. And if it's not for them, who the fuck knows, dude? You might not have any life, any like energy in that building there. It's a dark place for Leafs fans right now.
Look, line 4.
That this is not what they're like in the room.
Line 4 is supposed to be the energy line. They did their jobs, but the thing is, they're supposed to be the fourth line that's doing that. Yeah. It's supposed to be throw the next line over, shift after shift after shift. Wear them down. The fourth line is supposed to do that, grind away, and then that's enough time for Mitch and Matthews to catch their breath, and they hop over the boards and they do the same thing.
Yeah.
That was not what we saw tonight.
Not at all. And you know, that was one thing we saw in games 1, 2, 3, where they would go down to the offensive zone, they would win draws, they'd pin them in, they'd win defensive zone draws, transition up the ice, get into the offensive zone, forecheck, like all of those things. They checked every single box, and then it was like, over comes Matthews, over comes Tavares, and then you roll and you get offensive opportunities.
Yeah, you draw a penalty, and then you fucking make them pay for it.
It's not the case. It's fucking those guys going out there, them having a good shift, and then an all-time letdown from your big boys. Time and time again. And you know what? You know, people can get mad at me. There's this one guy, user in the chat. He says it every time, and it's like, it's not just random user. It's the same fucking guy every time I see him. And he's always like, oh, let him be, you know, like it's just one game. No, it's not. It's 9 years now. This is the 9th year. And I'm sick of this shit. I'm fucking sick of this shit that we're seeing from these guys over and over and over again, Vic. I'm sick of it.
At least do it differently. Do it differently.
Yeah, lose a different
fucking way.
We hit 100 likes, by the way, and we're almost at 150.
All right, give us 3 more so we can do 2 at a time here. Lose differently. What happens again? What happens in these big games? How many times have you seen it, Zach? Power play over. Now they're allowing fucking shorthanded goals. Forget over. Now they're minus on the fucking power play.
Shorthanded goal last game. Shorthanded goal in this one tonight. And it's both games is like a dagger goal. The last game, first period, you're down 1-0. You took a stupid penalty. I thought you battled back well. I thought you evened things out pretty well. And then you get a power play and you give up that goal. Like that game in game 4, that opportunity. But you cannot have that happen. And I said it. That's the one time Marner gets exposed as the forward out there as a defenseman. That one again here tonight. I should have asked Hutz. I just thinking about it now. Like, this is where I'm so rattled about what the hell just happened. Yeah. But the one thing I was thinking about, I would be interested. Hopefully, maybe the Morning Couple boys talk about it tomorrow. But the Marner 2-on-1 play that he played there, I thought he way overcommitted without committing to the shooter. Yeah. Because he goes across, but never actually plays the shooter.
He defended nobody.
And then the pass is open, and he's kind of in no man's land there, where Stolarz is like, what the fuck are you going to do? Because This guy can still shoot, and that guy's open to pass. I don't know. It's just, that's a backbreaker again. Third period, chance to tie the game, and you just completely fuck off there. Stupid pass by Matthews out of the zone. He's going to know that. He should know that, but that's fucking pathetic. That can never happen. Marner misplays it. William Nylander,
dogs
pathetic
it on the back check.
That all the way around. Those three guys. I'll excuse JT from this one now. Because, dude, I thought the guy was good tonight. Again, not great, but good. Again, it goes to those three guys. Your opportunity to tie this game, put this thing back in your favor, get the building on your side, and that shit happens.
I'm sorry.
That is pathetic.
Keep going, because I got to find this Rosie tweet right when
That's pathetic. Yeah, fun.
Oh,
tweet.
here it is. The power play. Marner draws the call. Ridley Gregg, one of the dumbest fucking penalties I've ever seen any human take. And usually those are the ones that bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Usually you're not facing the Toronto Maple Leafs in an elimination game, be that as it may.
Yeah.
Rosie, the table is set for one of the big boys. ...
Whoops.
Did Matthews ever set the fucking table? Holy shit. What are you doing out there, man?
You know, Pizzaville's going to be calling him now.
Yeah. Oh, my God, man.
Yeah,
We got a new fucking pizza boy.
That's some pathetic stuff, honestly, Vic.
God. The 2-on-1 walking in on Allmark completely fucking misses the net. And then he loses the draw, and Shabbat gets the first and eventual game winner. Like, what the fuck? He cost us the game. He cost us the game. He cannot cost you the game. He was the highest paid fucking player in the NHL.
Yeah.
Be fucking better, Austin. How many fucking times? Like, I was telling you, like, the first time I came on your show, I was terrified. I was nervous. Now we're fucking chugging beers and we're taking it too far. Like, let me reel you in here a little bit. Let me be like, fucking Austin Matthews, you need to settle down here. You're going too far out there, man. You need to, we need to reel it in, Austin. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Like, we had, God damn it, Bruce Boudreau on Leafs Morning Take this morning talking about playoff Austin Matthews. He's changed his game. He's not scoring as much, but he's changed his game. He's adapted. He's turning more and more into this Barkov type of player, and it's like...
Look, I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your name is, how much money you make. That pass in the third period on the power play is one of the most pathetic passes I have ever seen one of these Maple Leaf players make. That is an egregious error at that point in time. You have to know better.
That's a fucking pee-wee error, man.
Seriously, that is a pee-wee error. Let's get to some of these super chats that we have.
You want me to hit the button?
Sure, if you want to hit the button. We also did hit 150 likes.
Right.
Still almost 700 viewers here tonight on the show. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe here, Leafs Nation 401 right here on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter, TLNDCX, as well, whatever you call it now. Instagram as well, TikTok. It's on all platforms. Make sure to check us out, theleafsnation.com, where we are pumping out articles as well. Our Super Chat charity partner this season is Sick Kids Charity. Thank you to our friends at Sick Kids. Proceeds from our Super Chat do go to Sick Kids, and over $100 already donated on tonight's post-game stream. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching here tonight, who has tuned in, who has hit that like button, and who has sent in your Super Chats. I'm going to read every single one. You want your question, your comment, whatever, read on the show, Vic and I are going to read them. Vic, I'm sorry that we have so many and that you have to sit here with me, but let's get to the Super Chats that we have. Let's start with this one. Nate92. Tell us again how we need a larger sample size to declare 1-13 Captain Cuck the worst captain in team history. That shorthanded goal was a beauty.
Nate92. My sentiments exactly. I'm tired of this. Ninja Crispy's got a steaming hot take coming on Leafs Morning Take tomorrow. I don't know if you want me to drop it here.
Yeah, up to you.
Nikki always texts me before, because we do it 3 times a week. So he'll text me the night before and be like, I need a hot take from you.
Yeah.
Tonight's hot take, I texted Nick Alberga, was they gave the C to the wrong guy.
Yeah, the wrong kid from Arizona.
The wrong one from Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much deeper into that, but Nate 92, I think we're on the same page here. They gave the C to the wrong guy.
The one thing...
You follow your leader, right? Follow your leader, that's your leader.
Look, I hate to do this again and again and again and again and again. I'm not going to call him the worst captain in team history. Again, it's the first year. I know the years.
Dion Phaneuf.
Yeah, like there's some other ones people can probably point to.
Some of that.
As we did hit 150 likes. Oh, I ordered new ones. They're coming tomorrow. Maybe that was a bad omen.
These fizzled out just like the fucking our boys.
Just like the Leafs. Calling him the worst captain in team history is aggressive. It's the first year of the captaincy. Now, where I will entertain this super chat. I constantly bring up guys on other teams, captains of other teams. Yep. Gabe Landeskog, for one. Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, Connor McDavid.
And you're going superstar level. Let me give you another guy, Adam fucking Lowry. Like, look how that guy works.
Yeah, fair, yeah. Honestly, yeah, fair. But I'm looking at those guys because I think people put Matthews and Marner and these guys in that category.
That's fair.
So I look at those guys. And I honestly, genuinely challenge you, like, how many times in a game to close things out, I'm not talking about point production and if he gets zeroed at the end of the night, because it's entirely possible that happens.
Yep.
How often do you see that performance from McDavid, Crosby, Ovechkin, etc.? You name your captain. How often do you see that?
Or Landeskog.
I say pretty much never. The other part of it is something I was almost sick to my stomach about watching the Amazon Prime series last year. They interviewed Jacob Trouba. Say what you want about him. I know Rangers fans are not the most in love with him. Say what you want. He said in that Prime series, he was talking about Quinn Hughes. He wasn't trying to dig at him, but he brought up, the one thing with the captain is he's got to make sure he's doing stuff that he asks other people to do. Are you willing to do the stuff you ask other people to do? I don't think there's any chance in the entire world that those guys, Nylander engages in scrums a little bit more, but
yeah.
I don't
he's
think
protecting his little buddy Pontus,
Pontus.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think there's any chance that those guys would do what they would ask other people to do. And I know this show is not about who should have gotten the C, but what I would challenge on and push back on, we make jokes about it. Rosie said it one time, and I actually very much agree. Matthew Knies is the future captain of this team.
Yeah.
You're going to sign him. You're going to get him extended. That guy is the embodiment of an NHL captain. He is a skilled, heavy, fast player. Never say die attitude. He plays physical. He'll fight for his teammates. He gets in the scrums. He gets the energy, the emotion, the physicality, the passion going. He brings it out of his teammates. And you know what? What he asks you to do, you can fucking guarantee he'll do himself.
Absolutely. He'll block a shot. He'll show Shane Pinto who's boss.
He'll fight.
He'll fucking knock Pinto on his ass. I love it. He'll shoot a puck after the whistle. I love it. I love Matthew Knies. The question is, you said he'll be the future captain of this team. Is how soon is that going to be? Because, my God, if this keeps going this way, it's not just us wanting him out. I'm sure that 34 is going to be looking for the nearest exit as well, because this fan base does not take, let's say, lack of effort.
Yeah.
It does not. That's the one thing this fan base wants is effort.
Yeah.
You how many fucking times? Say Tim Brent in Maple Leaf Square.
I know.
He had one shift on a 5-on-3 where he blocked 2 shots. That guy's a fucking legend.
I know.
Legend. I can't remember a goddamn goal that guy scored. Hard on his sleeve guy. take a
I don't
puck in
know
the
if he did
face,
score a goal.
take a puck off a shin, and get up, limp away, and fucking do it again because it hurts, and you still do it, and you wear the goddamn jersey with pride. Leaf fans don't take lack of effort. They do not stand for it. Show me.
Yeah.
Show me I'm
agree.
wrong. Show me I'm wrong.
I
and
agree.
Matthew Nyes fucking gives effort, shift in, shift out.
100% of the time. We are almost at 200 likes here on the post-game show. People are not happy with some of those takes, but I don't know. It's the reality of the situation. We got a ton of super chats here. Dan Freeman, as soon as nobody went after Zub, I knew these guys are chumping again. I always try to be positive, but this team makes it so hard. Typical. Let's get ready for Game 7. Look,
Yeah. Okay.
do not go to 7.
Can I say something here? Like
You're
how?
more than welcome to.
Like pregame. I was listening to you talk to Nick.
Yeah.
Pre-game, you said the words, what happens in the past does not affect the future.
Yeah.
I think after tonight, that's an incorrect fucking statement. Because now that seed of doubt is planted, and now every motherfucker in that room is sitting there and thinking about the past.
Yeah.
It's Craig Berube's job not to let them get there, but can he fucking do it? Because there are some goddamn demons in that locker room. As you can see, there are some goddamn demons in this chat too.
The other thing too with this, Vic, is that I mean, I'm not in the room. I'm not down there doing the post game, so I don't know this for sure. But the thing that drives me up a fucking wall, and will do so every year as long as you continue to choke shit away, is I don't think Jake McCabe, Chris Tanev, Brandon Carlo, Matthew Nyes, name your guy. I don't think they subscribe to that
Those playoff demons.
the demons. Yeah, thank you. The playoff demons of years past. I think that Nylander, Tavares, Marner, Matthews, Riley have those to them. I think that those are the guys who have them in their heads more than anybody as well of those guys I just named, because even JT, Riley, and Nylander find ways at times to do it. Nylander scores the last 3 goals of the playoffs last year. It's the game against Florida. It's Nylander at the end. JT steps up. He scores the OT winner against Tampa. More than anyone, it's 34 and it's 16. But I think it's them who has the problem, them who has the demons, them in this game here tonight. They can't score. They can't find ways to get to the back of the net. And those nerves that we talk about in the arena, and those nerves that the fan base feels when they sit on their hands and they sit there and go, holy fuck, it's happening again. It's the same shit that happens with the core guys, and it permeates through the group. So regardless of if you subscribe to it or not, regardless of if you've been here in years past, you feel it because your best players feel it.
Yeah, your leaders feel it.
Yeah.
And look at the building again tonight. Dead.
Scared.
That scared, nervous energy. It's Game 5. You're up 3-1. Why the fuck is our entire fan base shitting their pants?
Yeah.
Because they've seen this story. And look, the 2 guys that you mentioned, Matthews and Marner, the reason they feel it the most is because look at us. Me and you are talking here. The chat's telling me the worst captain in fucking Leaf history, 100-year history.
Yeah.
Mitch Marner, hometown boy, UFA. He's got pressure on him. They're feeling the pressure from the outside. They're feeling it from the inside. Their parents are feeling it.
Yeah.
Their parents are hearing it, reading about it. It's everywhere. And I know we're not helping.
We know some of their parents are hearing it more than others.
Yeah.
Their security guards are hearing it more than others.
I know we're not helping the cause, but what do you want me to say? Give me one fucking positive from your game tonight. Give me one thing to say, hey, they couldn't get it done, but look, they were right there.
Yeah.
They were right there. You gave me that in Game 4. You did.
Yeah.
You were right there. In Game 4, you did it. Game 3, Matthews scored the go-ahead goal. I know Ottawa ended up tying it. You gave it to me, but this is a closeout series on home ice. You don't want to go back to Canada. You're fucking skipping goddamn practice to fucking rest. You win tonight. You get to rest for 3, 4, 5, who knows how many days. You're skipping fucking practice because clearly you're still goddamn banged up. Come out, show me fucking something, take your break. You don't have to miss any morning skates. You don't have to miss any practices. You can fucking rest. You can rest and just show me something. Give me one thing. One thing I can say, hey, at least Austin Matthews did this.
Look, I'm gonna bring this up here again. Part of it was prompted by Rosie to do so. I wasn't sure whether or not to bring it up, but you want to talk about these demons and the history of things. Like we've talked about it briefly and brought things up in shows and kind of just thrown the name out there, but it was the series against Montreal.
Yep.
I was just doing my own show at that time. I had just started. They blew that series. I had you want to talk about sensitivity to these things, and people want to get a real understanding of this stuff. I was just a fan. I was just some guy on the internet who had started a YouTube page. I think I had less than 500 subscribers or some shit like that. I start this page. They lose to the Montreal Canadiens, and on one of the post-game videos that I put out, I tore Mitch Marner to shreds. And people think like, oh, these guys don't see it. They don't know, whatever. Rocket Security, Mitch Marner's security guard. I'm not kidding. Mitch Marner's security guard DM'd me.
Oh my God.
And told me if I ever wanted to have a career in media, I would keep number 16's fucking name out of my mouth. I would never say anything about him again. I was some idiot twerp online saying all this shit. You want to do this, you'll never fucking talk about him again. You don't know shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And that started it, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way that that's what it is. There's no way these guys are listening, they hear it. They do. That was the first sign that I had. That was the first sign that I had that these guys do. Dude, I was talking to 200 people, max. Not even in the show at once. Max. Watching that stuff. And these guys were out there hunting for it because they are that fucking sensitive in this market. And here we are. You know, we've gone through this entire season, and even through the last 2 years of me doing this and joining you guys, that guy was still commenting on our shit, DMing me, attacking me in my DMs, and going at me because these guys have the thinnest skin and nothing. You know what? If things changed, if they gave us a reason to believe or know or understand that things changed, I would be willing to give them the credit. There's numerous times on the show this year I've given Mitch Marner his flowers for his performance. I watch a game like this, and I say to myself, and I say to his security guard who fucking DMs me over and over and over again and comments on our posts about how stupid we are and we don't know these things, where the fuck was he tonight and what has changed? Because yet again, 34 and 16 pull another Houdini act when it matters the most. And we are sitting here, again, watching these guys unable to learn lessons, unable to handle the temperature of the city, and just disappearing when it matters the most, Vic. I don't know. I had to get that out there. It's like people don't...
Dude.
Some of this shit is just people don't understand how fucking sensitive these guys are to this shit, or the fact that they actually see this and take it to heart.
Yeah.
Like I literally get DMs from this guy telling me to shut the fuck up. I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm fucking saying, oh, he's making soft plays.
Dude, I have like 12 followers. This guy messaged me. I've learned how insecure do you have to be. They're name searching. And if there's not praise that to attack somebody for an opinion on a hockey game, it's funny to me. But have you said one thing that isn't true about Mitch Marner?
You tell me. I don't know. I'm going to be biased.
We go as the games go. We go game by game.
Yeah.
If he has a bad game, we'll tell you he has a bad game. If he has a good game, we'll tell you he has a good game. That's it. That's all we do. We're sitting there, we're watching the game, and we're breaking it down. If you can't handle that, fucking play better, and we won't say negative shit.
Exactly. I mean, it's not about dominating games and taking over as much as we would like it to, but what we just saw there and that effort is like, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
If you don't like it, change the fucking narrative, man. Change it.
Yeah.
You're out there. You're born here. You're a Leaf fan. You grew up here. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know what passion looks like. This is passion in the chat here.
Yeah.
207 likes. We got to do more smelling salts.
No, it's almost.
We got to read all these. We have
a lot of super
so
chats.
many super chats.
We might have to bang through some.
I wonder if Rocket Security sent you a super chat.
I don't know. I might hear from that guy later though.
Yeah.
Benadil. Absolutely pathetic. Good luck with these streams, bro. Really enjoyed them, but I'm officially done watching hockey.
Yeah.
Benadil, thank you. Even if you don't watch hockey, I hope you at least still watch the post game. I'm glad you've enjoyed them. Dude, these guys made this guy quit watching hockey.
Dude, we're up 3-2 in a series
And he's
right
done.
now, and we're
He's
done.
done.
Because we've seen it. It's like watching the same movie over and over and over and over again, and hoping your favorite character doesn't die this time.
Dude.
It's like, what the fuck?
We're watching Marley and Me and hoping that they don't kill Marley.
God, don't fucking bring that up. That's such a sad movie. I was so mad watching that movie.
One time in my
yeah,
life.
I've never watched that again.
again.
I've never
This
watched
is
that.
devastating.
Fucking-
Except I still watch it every year with the Leafs. I'm like,
Yeah.
Nope, the dog's gonna live this time.
That we can quit. This we can't quit
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Nope, they're not gonna take Old Yeller out back.
No, not
it'll
this
be
time.
fine.
No,
He'll
not
live
this time.
forever.
No, Mufasa's gonna live this time. I watch Lion King. Fuck's sakes.
Fuck. Jeff McKay, this team is god awful. The core four can't find that deep down drive to win and finish it. Please prove me wrong.
Prove us wrong.
I can't add to that. I thank you for the super chat, Jeff. I agree. That's kind of what Vic and I have harped on the entire time here, but it's true. We did hit 200 likes. Let's do the smelling salts. Anybody who hasn't liked yet, keep hitting that like button. We got more super chats to get through tonight.
All right, I'll do the next one while you're doing that. Dan Freeman again, thank you for the super chat, Dan. All my hype for this group is gone. Give any team a couple games and they can shut the Leafs down.
Give any team a This is the problem. Like
going up 3-0, the Sens have got us right where they want us. They're like, we got them now. Let's go.
Sens
They're
meme
like,
pages
now
are
we
down
go.
0-3. Like, now we go. We got
Now
him.
we go. Brady Tkachuk's in there. Like, now we go.
Boys, you may be
They
looking
were-
at down and
Yeah.
thinking we got a big hole to climb out of.
They were
But
high-
this is where we want to be.
They were high-fiving after Simon Benoit gave us the win, too. They were partying in their room, playing their win songs. They got us right where they want us.
Dan Freeman, if they can't finish this series now, they aren't going further. Next series, they'll just get clowned by Florida again.
And that's the worry, right?
Yeah, that's the
That's
same
the worry.
feeling I have right now. Like, it's a dark path to go down. I get it. And maybe some Leafs fans in the chat don't want us to be in that spot, don't want us to go down this path. But, I mean, look, Vic, the reality of it is I think a lot of people wanted the sweep. I was very open about it. Like, I wanted the sweep. Yeah. I didn't want Ottawa to get one single fucking win. But winning in 4 is hard. Winning in 4 is really hard.
How about a 4-minute power play in overtime of Game 4 when you're up 3-0 in a series? And is that hard? Like, can I make it easier for you? You have $50 million on your power play. Can I make it easier for you? Like, how about fucking close out the goddamn series then and there, put them out of their misery, shake their goddamn hands,
seriously,
and go fucking take a nap.
Seriously, and you don't find a way to get it done in that game. You push it here to Game 5. It's like, okay, 3-1, back home. Let's close this thing out. I thought you still played well in Game 4. Hutz talked about it when he joined me there. He thought Ullmark still wasn't that great in Game 4. Like, let's push. Let's get on him. I thought early in this game here tonight, Ullmark didn't look the greatest. He was making a lot of saves. Good for him. He was engaged in it, but it's like not closing this out. It's not just not closing this out. It's the way it went.
Yep.
This feels like that Game 4 game last year when Rosie came on and his head exploded on the show, and it was for good reason because it was 3-1 in the 2-1. Sorry, Boston in the series. Chance to make it 4-1. It's a tighter game, and then the Leafs just pissed down their legs again, and they said we don't actually want it that bad, and they just completely let it get out of hand. They completely disappeared in the game, and that one opened things up 3-1 and made it almost impossible for you to climb out of. Sure, you went to Game 7. Sure, you went to OT. But I think everyone, for the most part, thought, you're not winning this. And it's like that's where the lack of confidence comes from here yet again with these guys.
Do you know what this reminded me of? And I'm going to bring you down a dark path here.
What?
Do you know what this reminded me of? Game 4, Columbus series. Best of 5, down 3-0. They come back, last 3 minutes, score 3 times, win in overtime, and you're like, we're winning it in Game 5. This was that same Game 5. They come out, and then everybody no-shows.
Yeah.
Everybody no-shows. Nobody did a goddamn thing in that Game 5.
Yeah.
There was no crowd in the building then, and it felt like there was no crowd in the building today.
I mean, that's another thing. here
Everybody
tonight, yeah.
just quiet as a fucking church mouse, and you go home.
You know what's frustrating too, even looking at this game even more so as we go? You know how many gifts you were given?
Yeah.
Look at that first period, off the post, in behind Stolar's ass. Riley keeps it out of the net. Drake Batherson, I think, had 2 backdoor empty net chances. Zetterlund had the chance in the third period. The Sens had so many chances. And, the King Daddy topper of gifts tonight. Like, this was, like, not just Santa leaving presents under your tree. This was meeting Santa himself. Was Ridley Gregg taking that penalty on Mitch Marner? Like, I mean, look, Ridley Gregg, I'm sure if you're a Sens fan, you love him. But at the same time, I have a certain respect for guys like Brad Marchand, Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk, Nick Cousins, Brandon Hagel, shit disturbers, those kinds of things. I'm being dead serious, and I'm actually trying to take bias aside. Like, Ridley Gregg has to be one of the, like, dumbest motherfuckers when it comes to situational awareness in the NHL.
Yeah.
I get being a pest and being annoying and doing stuff like that, and I think that's all great because it's annoying when you're on the other side of it, and it's amazing when it's on your team.
Yeah.
But watching that dude, I mean, the stuff that happens out there with him, like, it's just some of the stupidest fucking shit of all time. And he does it again here tonight.
Yeah.
Over 750 people are just watching there right now. Keep hitting that like button. But right here on Leaf Station 401 on YouTube. But just to continue on that, you get given that gift. Third period, down 1, and it's like a guy on that team who takes stupid penalties, who's going to be hyper aware of it. And if you tie that game, his game, I'm sorry to say, his game is effectively shattered right then and there because he gets that penalty. You score on their fucking on that power play, and that guy's looking around going, I can't do shit. Travis Green's probably going to sit his ass down, and then it's a tie game. And then if you find a way to tie it and win, I mean, he's going to spend the rest of his summer thinking about that one. Instead, you know what happens? They score. They score on that fucking penalty kill. And he's looking there going, what does it matter? These idiots on the other team can't score on power plays. They've reverted back to who they were in seasons past when it matters the most, and an inability to score. And just, I mean, to these Sens fans, like, oh, Toronto needs power plays to win the game. Oh my God!
Oh,
shut the fuck up!
Don't give us any more of this.
Lacking awareness of just what it like. We would rather play 5-on-5 because of how stupid this power play is at this point. The Leafs are outplaying the Sens. They just can't score. And like, I don't want to do it, but like, look at the deserved point meter, 69%. Like, again, another one probably deserved to win this game, but you can't score, and at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. You big boys can't get it done. You can't score goals.
Zach, look at the difference. What was the difference last night, Game 4? Our stupidest fucking player on a face-off takes a fucking dumb penalty. And what happens? 30 seconds later, their young stud smacks one, top cheese, past Stolars, and they take the lead.
Yeah. I know.
Stupid penalties. You got to make people pay for stupid penalties.
I know. And like,
I think we're getting the same text messages.
We did.
Oh, I like that one, but I'm not gonna throw that guy under the bus today.
No. Look, this is a tough place to be. Right now.
That's a great comment by Jim Summers.
Fuck, shit, fuck.
Shit,
dude,
shit.
Like, the texts I'm getting right now from people just personally, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We got to power through some of these.
I'm
Keep
getting
hitting that like
laughed at
button.
so hard, too.
Are you?
No, I'm getting chirps.
By who? In the chat?
No, Laz.
Oh.
We're having, we might have a Sens guy on our show tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not going to be there.
I'm not going.
Good luck, lads.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah. Let's hammer through some of these.
Okay, let's go. David Owens. Just watched a room full of people at my bar watching this game. That was the softest finish to a game I've ever seen. Let them know you exist. What are we doing here? Throw a hit. Fuck. Yep.
We've said that. How many times have we said that?
Yeah.
Let them know you're there.
I know. That's the one thing that I was like, oh, thank God that happened at the end of the game. Lawton and Benoit. Fuck, I couldn't even think. Lawton and Benoit are in there battling away, fighting guys at the end of the game. You know what? Fuck, thank God. Someone did. Justin Couture, they have zero heart. Matthews isn't a captain on any of these playoff teams. He doesn't lead by example. He barely tapped his stick during the fight until OEL was going hard. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Again.
Megan Walker, Joker origin story if they blow this series. No, this is what they fucking... This is when I'm Merrick's age. I'm going to be doing the show being
God.
back in my day, when I first got into broadcasting, we had these amazing players.
Yeah.
When Merrick's always telling me about stuff, I'm like, Jeff, I didn't watch that. I'm going to be telling to my future producer that.
Yeah, this is like when Merrick, when they talk, oh, you should have seen Harold Ballard. I didn't live through Harold Ballard.
You know what I'm going to be saying?
This is the same shit.
You should have seen Brendan Shanahan.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Iskatsi, Hutz almost replaced Rene like the Leafs will almost win this series.
Oh, fuck. I wish you read that while Hutz was on. That's amazing.
I didn't see that.
That's amazing.
Dan Freeman, you guys are whack if you think Marner is the problem. He does so much more than either Matthews or Nylander. One of AM or William Nylander should go. Nylander is fucking lazy. Matthews looks broken all the time. Marner does more out there always.
Dan, it's all of them. It's all of them. Something needs to change. He's the UFA. All right, that's all it is. He's the easiest one to let go. The other two are locked in. You can't let go of any of them. Marner's already got 1 foot out the fucking door. That's all it is. It's all of them. It's a collective group. It just does not work together. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you disagree with me, Zach, but something with these guys just doesn't fit, and they need a different mix. It doesn't matter who goes. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
No, it doesn't. I agree with you 100%. It's something I've been saying for years past. Part of the problem here is not, people always argue with me, they have some of the best players. You don't want to lose that guy. You don't want to lose that guy, and I understand that. My issue is the collection of players that you have. Look at the construction of other groups and look at the star players and the identities of some of those star players. I look at Tampa, the years that they won. Point, Kucherov, Stamkos, Hedman, if you want to consider those the core guys.
Yep.
They each bring something different. They each have different elements. And then you move down the lineup, and they've each got something different within them. They all bring something different. I look at the Colorado teams, McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, Cale Makar, those are your core guys. Each one of them has a different component. The problem with the Leafs is that the guys you have here right now, they are effectively all the same. Matthews scores more goals than Mitch Marner. Maybe JT just gets a cumulative less points, but he's balanced on either side. Maybe Willie's the goal scorer less than the assist. But they all, in terms of identity, it's the same.
Yeah, put Willie with Austin now. Put Mitch with Tavares. They work better together. Yeah. And it's three shifts and same shit. And then you flip them back, and it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And you flip them back, it's the same shit.
We've got a super chat from Tammy.
Thank
Vic,
you,
please
Tammy.
buy Zack a shot.
I will off the air. I promise. I really can't go anywhere right now, Tammy.
Yeah, we're locked in. We're pretty locked in on this one. Row Live, shooting fucking butterflies at Allmark all night. What a joke. Once JT passed that feathered backhand to Allmark on the breakaway, I knew it was over.
God. We're so hurt, man.
So hurt. I didn't even think that one was that bad.
Yeah, he created that all on his own too. Broke up the pass and he went. He's not the fastest guy. Created a chance all on his own. I was okay with that. How many times did we fan early? To proof of like nerves and gripping your stick too tight.
Yeah.
There was like 6 fans in a row. I think Rosie wrote like, did everyone lose an inch off their stick this morning or something? Yeah, like what was going on there?
Unbelievable. And it's like passes you're getting, you're losing. Plays you're trying to make where you're going past the guy, you're losing. Taking shots, fanning, backdoor chances, just missing it. Like everybody's just gripping the stick a little too tight. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to fight Laz.
Yeah, my phone will not stop.
I'm going to fight this guy. Wall game. Is it wall time?
I'm not going there. Keep doing super chat. We have way too many super chats.
John,
let's get to these and then we'll have our own discussion.
Okay. John, welcome to the Upside Down, Chief. Yeah, what do you think was let me just ask you that. What the fuck do you think is going through Berube's mind? I bet you that guy went back into the room and he's sitting there in the coach's room and he's like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
He's like, I won a Stanley Cup with guys who are not as good as these guys. And they're just fucking off. Like, what? He's probably sitting there like, what is going on?
Yeah,
what is happening?
I mean, Sheldon Keefe gets a raw end of this stuff. It's like, oh, he can't get these guys going. Like, when do those narratives start? Like, actually, no, you know what? How many coaches have they had? Babs, Keefe,
Berube.
Now Chief. How many times are you going to do this?
Yeah.
This is the series. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is the one. At least we know there's light at the end of the tunnel. If they don't get it done, we know what's coming. Yeah. We know what's coming.
Dan Freeman, Philly out here talking like he's Marner's agent.
I don't know when.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what that refers to. Sorry, Dan. Thanks for the super chat. Megan Walker, will he slip and sliding on the ice like a figure skater?
Fair.
I don't know. I'm not going to disagree. Dan Freeman, hey Vic, I might have been hard on you with the Vic Mercury jokes.
Oh,
you seem
me
cool.
Freddie Mercury.
I saw. Don't lick Zack. Ha ha ha. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'd prefer.
Don't worry, I can take a joke. I have 2 older brothers. They used to call me Vapor Rub, so there's that.
Jay Matthews is so not clutch. Look at these U.S./Canada games. Same thing. Honestly, if they don't make it to the semifinals, just fucking trade him. Soft.
Oh, well, if they play like tonight, they're not coming near the semifinals.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
We need a chair with a back.
I know.
Maybe a glass of water.
Turning.
God damn. He's yelling into a mic for 2 hours.
Forte, we need Robertson back, or else the Leafs are fucked.
Look,
do you bring him back?
I know you're going to say hindsight because I didn't get to say my piece before the show.
No, it's fine.
I would have loved to see him tonight because of the fact that you control the matchup. Pat showed me nothing in 2 road games, but I do like his. I like the fact that you could put him on the ice, like in a matchup situation.
Yeah.
I don't like Robertson in a matchup situation, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't like
control it.
Yeah, you control it here.
Yeah.
You can keep him on the ice whenever you need to. I would have liked to see Robertson tonight. 2-0 with him in the lineup at home. Whatever. Hindsight, fucking whatever the hell the saying is.
Yeah. So. I stand by. I wouldn't put him in tonight.
I didn't.
But I put him in next game.
Patch came in with all that adrenaline. I didn't see much of that today.
No.
I didn't see a hit thrown. That fucking line sucks. That line cannot play together ever again. That was the worst display of hockey I've ever seen. And I don't know if I'm exaggerating or not, but God damn it. Bobby McMahon, Max Domi, Max Pacioretty.
Yeah.
Never again. Ever. Please, please, please. Never again.
No, and that third line definitively got passed as the third line. They're the fourth line.
Yeah.
They should not have been taking shifts out there. My dad's texting me during the game. He's like, put those guys in the press box and never want to fucking see them again.
Holy shit.
He's just saying, tell them not to dress and come out for the third period. It's harsh, but it's true, man. Like at that point, like these guys are just, they're causing more harm than they were doing positives out there. A
brutal display of hockey. Like I've never seen 3 guys that have less chemistry in my entire life.
7 likes away from 250 here. I need to refresh to get the stream back on track from where we're at. Almost $200 donated here tonight. Proceeds going to Sick Kids Charity. Remember, you get your super chats in. Proceeds from your super chats do go to Sick Kids Charity. A couple more, bunch more actually, not a couple. KPG 16 and 34 are the green party of the NHL. Guaranteed loss. Just imagine like
A little election mixed in there, eh?
Look, I'm not gonna do politics.
No.
I'm only gonna talk about like the results. Like imagine like you raise your kid and they're like, I want to get into politics. You're like, good on you, Vic. Like I'm proud of you. What party are you joining? The Green Party. I'm like, you're never gonna win.
Yeah, never.
Like you look at the polls at the end and it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like
I wonder if it's like parents of Leaf fans, where it's like, fuck, no, don't be a Leaf fan.
my dad
no.
raises me. He's like,
yeah. He's like, why did I bring him into this mess?
I screwed this child.
Yeah.
X though, the problem of the Leafs in the court for no clutch. Yeah, and again, same sentiment here tonight.
Yeah.
Again, sorry, all these super chats come in. I appreciate all the super chats. I'm gonna read all of them. If there's anything we haven't touched yet, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, not going to. And we've talked about a lot of it. We can't beat the same drum over and over. Dan Freeman, Willie picked the worst time to get his kick in the. Forte question: did the NHL extend the series for money? No, that is the Maple Leafs who extended the series.
Yeah.
You know what's one thing?
For money.
You know, this is gonna piss a lot of Sens fans off, and honestly, good.
Yeah, who cares?
The part of the reason that I wanted this team to finish it, and wrap this thing up here tonight, was because, I didn't want to give them any like ammunition. I was, on the sheet today, Jeff had Wyshynski on.
Yeah.
And the one thing that he brought up and said was, I don't think it's the Senators who are going to beat the Leafs. It's the Leafs who are going to beat the Leafs. And I think that couldn't be any more true. And so, no, I don't think the NHL extended this series for money. I think the Leafs extended the series because they can't fucking close out, Vic.
God, how long did it take me to say a word after the game?
A long time. You were pretty upset.
I'm glad. I think Hut said something that made me laugh. And they're gonna have to fire the peanut vendors if they lose this series.
Yeah.
And then once he said that, I cracked a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah.
But goddamn, yeah.
I know. We got a bunch more super chats. Before you do, Austin, you want to come on the show? All right, just keep it within reason, obviously, but you can swear. Here's one of my buddies from high school. I haven't seen him in a while. He was down there.
Absolutely. I'm going to hand this off and get us some waters.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Some waters, please.
Austin, how are you feeling after this one? It's been a dark mood here on the Leafs Nation After Dark. Also, good to see you, dude.
Good to see you, man. Dude, it's been way too long.
How are you feeling after this? As depressed as I am and the chat is?
A little depressed, man. I was at Game 1, Game 2, and Game 5 tonight was a worse mood than it was in the first two games.
You were in the building there?
I was there for all 3 games here at home, so tonight it didn't feel good at all.
Was it as, like, on TV, and we always criticize Sportsnet because it sounds like they turn the fucking volume down from what you hear in the arena, but was it as nervous from the fan base in the arena as it felt like tonight? Like, it felt like people were, like, anxious the same way that the core 4 looked on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, the first period it was a little loud, and everybody was getting ready to go because it was like Game 5 at home, and everybody was getting ready because it was like Game 5. You got a chance at home to take home ice. You had home ice for a reason.
Yeah.
Finish it at home, 3-1 lead, and then, I don't know, after the first period, it got a little silent, and then after it took a 1-0 lead with the Senators, got a little bit more quieter. And then 2-0 in the third. It just got it was quiet. It was the first game. You had the Allmark chance. You had the Brady sucks chance. Nothing close to what it was like here in Game 5.
In terms of like overall belief in these guys, I want to get your perspective because I've sat here for the last hour and 30 minutes basically having my head explode on camera. Vic, my producer, came and sat down. My producer, produces this show, came and sat down, had his head explode following mine. are you in the same boat here right now where it just feels like these guys, like that belief in them, like even if they get out of this round, you win Thursday, I pray to God it doesn't go 7, but you win Thursday, you win in game 7, whatever it may be, even if you get out of this round, just the idea of them being able to do something further, like the belief in this group feels like it's been knocked down a peg or two overall.
I don't think the belief in terms of getting out of this round is the biggest problem. It's just in terms of getting out of this round. It's just like everything that comes, everything that comes with going to Ottawa after this game 5.
Yeah,
I feel like not even just the fans. There's no telling that like the players got to be feeling a little bit going like, oh well, we're going back to Ottawa. Everything is in their favor a little bit, the momentum and everything, and so the fans were just kind of disappointed tonight. And we still have that motivation and everything for them because everybody feels like it's different this year, and
I know.
every time we say it every year,
you just get fucked.
But man, you go, especially with a 3-0 lead. Now you're going to game 6. Everybody's getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know how to explain it as a fan, especially that's been there for the whole series. Going there for game 6 as a fan on the road, even then, it's going to a nervous feeling.
Let me ask you this. Let's go dark a little bit, because I think the chat's gotten to the point of like it's over, like it's dark. News station is in a dark place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this because I don't want this to be the case. I don't even want to have to deal with this. But hypothetically here, this thing falls apart. This is the last we see of this core together, isn't it?
I mean, man, it's been 9 years, right? Like, I mean, we sit here, we watch, we listen to everything that's going on. You can't imagine you're going to bring them back, everything. Just give us a run, right? Like, everything, just give us something. Like, everybody loves the core here. Everybody loves everything that's going on here, but just give us a run. If we're in the crowd, everybody's on the ice working as hard as they can, but also producing. You can't ask for anything else other than that. Everybody's hoping for this whole core to produce. Yeah. And like game 6, we're in the driver's seat. You're still a 3-2 lead, but it's just getting to that point where you get into the panic button a little bit. A little bit.
I know. My hand's like this.
Yeah, and sitting there. He goes, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it just because you're still got a lead, but how can you not with the last 9 years the way this stuff has gone?
I know. I'm reading the chat here, like these guys, and like, Michael Kirkpatrick just says, it's done. It's over. It's over. All right, I'll ask you this, and then Vic and I are going to have some stuff to do before we close out the show tonight. But last thing I'll ask you, I appreciate you doing this here and stopping by following tonight's game. I mean, just an overall depressing way to leave that one. But what do you think happens for the rest of this series? You got Game 6 Thursday night in Ottawa. Do they close it out there? Are you anticipating a Game 7? Like, is this going to be a tight one on Thursday? Or like, what do you think happens on Thursday? Because I thought tonight was like a 5-1 Leafs win. I thought that they were going to come out and blow the Sens doors off.
I thought they were going to blow them off as well. Yeah. I thought it was either going to be a 6-1 win or something in overtime. I thought it was going to be done tonight. Listen, it's 50-50. The playoffs, everything happens for a reason. Everything, there's a bounce or something everywhere. Yeah. But listen, halfway through that game, just in case, I had to grab tickets for Game 6 down in Ottawa. I will be there just because I couldn't. I don't know, man. Like, something felt weird, but oh man, I don't know how to explain it. It's those Leaf fans that just sit there. They cannot imagine an easy route to get to the second round, the third round, Stanley Cup final. It's just the way it works. But I think on Game 6 in Ottawa, I think they gotta have a response because come on, like after Game 5 tonight, that was kind of disappointing. Stolarz had a decent night, but at the same time, you can't win without scoring a goal, right? So the Leaf fans, but that's the thing, man.
Through
Like,
the game, this guy's
I
like,
wasn't the only
"We're
one, man.
fucked."
There's people beside me that were sitting there going like, "What do you think game 6 tickets will be like in Ottawa?" And when I like, listen, I'm a diehard fan,
Yeah.
just like any of you guys here. But
yeah.
usually I never do that. But when I sit there and go like, "Man, you think I can get tickets here for Game 6 in Ottawa for a decent amount before they go up after this game?" Like, oh man, it was a tough decision. But hopefully they come out and say, you know what, I don't want a Game 7 in Ottawa. Let's end it on their home ice.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so, and that's all we can hope for all the Leaf fans going up to Ottawa on Thursday.
Yeah. You know, the one positive is if the Leafs fans are buying tickets for that game, it means it's going to be rowdy people like you in the building who are going to bring energy and atmosphere and some environment. So, you know what? That's a hilarious move. Buying tickets for the next game halfway through the game. But I get it. I get it. I completely understand. Austin, I appreciate you jumping on here. I'm going to get Vic back in here. We're going to wrap up the show. We'll get through some of these super chats. But thanks for doing this, dude. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Great to see you guys.
Yeah,
and thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah,
and
man.
you know what? Even though what I just said and the Leaf fans are nervous on here, I believe the Leafs are going to take this second round.
There you go.
Go Leafs, go.
Go Leafs, go.
We'll see what happens.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you,
Austin.
Zack. Thank you, Zack.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, there you go. Dude, that's one
He's
of the
all
best
of
ones.
us.
That's literally
He's all of
like
us.
exactly what
Leafs
you want
in
to hear,
6.
right? Like that's exactly what Leafs fans want to hear. It's like, yep, you know, I was terrified. I mean, that right there. I bought tickets halfway through the second. If I was going to the game, dude, I would have done the same thing. I would have been shitting my pants. I was shitting my pants standing here watching it. So I completely understand.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
Leafs in 6.
that's so funny. Doc Riley is a Sens fan. He said CTC sucks. No wonder you can't win shit.
Yeah, I know.
The Canadian Tire Center.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
Sens
talking
fan.
shit about his own barn.
Yeah, that's bad vibes.
Doc
there.
Riley's been in the chat the whole night.
Yeah.
I could not imagine what would have to happen to me to join a Sens post-game show.
I know, seriously. After
Like,
this
imagine like how little you care about that petty-ass little brother fucking franchise.
I know, the little brother city. They shouldn't even be the capital.
God.
The only reason they're the capital?
What,
Because we didn't want to deal with the Parliament buildings. We'll put them there.
Yeah,
You
leave me
got
alone.
the headphone stuff all over each side of your
Yeah,
head. By the
Yeah,
way.
you need
just
new
letting you know.
headphones.
Yeah, I know, I do. Megan Walker, do we miss our shot? No mark is now hot.
No.
Look, I don't think so.
No.
I think you still can do this and pull this off in Game 6, but it's what happens and how fragile the group is going into the next series if you get out of this one. Dan Freeman, Philly, and Goody, we go way back. That's the old guy that I used to do the show with back when Rocket DM'd me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, keep his fucking name out of your mouth. Yeah, okay, buddy. I was Philly and Goody's 100 or 200 subscriber. Dan, yeah, I know. Dan's been with me for a long time. Thank you. KPG, it's like watching a car crash in super slow motion.
No.
Can't really deny that. Donald Chisholm. I find it hilarious that Marner says he doesn't pay attention to outside noise, and he's got a posse supervising the internet. Yeah, no shit. I said the same fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No one listens to it more.
Yeah.
He's probably watching right now.
Yeah, he's in the Uber on the way home. He's on his phone.
On his way to
Fuck these
fucking
guys.
Canada. God damn it.
Yeah, he's what's Buddy's name? Sens fan.
What
The guy I
in
just
our
said his
chat?
name, yeah.
Doc Loser
He's
or
Doc
some
Riley.
shit? Yeah, Doc Riley. Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
Dan Freeman. If empty net was a stove in your house, Matthews missed 2 stoves wide.
When it was still
still
2-zip. Guy blows. I'm serious. Trade AM 34 before you let MM16 walk.
No.
Honestly, I don't care. Let them all go. I don't care.
What? I don't know.
But Leafs in 6.
Maxentius leaves in 6. 1 plus 13 plus 2 equals 16.
What's the 2? I don't know. They blew 2 games? I don't know.
I don't know.
He's just doing his own math.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the first part. I don't know
Yeah.
the second part. Maxentius Decimus, after 1-0, I started celebrating the Game 6 loss.
the Game 6 loss.
That's so dark. I'm gonna get what we have to schedule Rosie for Game 6.
Oh yeah. 100%. Rosie's doing Game 6.
Yeah.
I was hoping Rosie would do tonight, like just cause.
Yeah. Fuck. I was hoping he would too.
Yeah. We'll get Rosie Game 6.
Dominic DeCellis for the kids. Thank you, Dominic. Dan Freeman.
Fucking right, Dominic.
Fucking right is right. KPG, last super chat we got here. Matthews promised fans tonight we'll be back.
God damn it, KPG.
That's good. That's
All
good.
right.
Okay.
What do you want to do next?
We got to wrap this thing up. It's an hour 40 on the post game. Still almost 500 people watching us at this
All
point.
right. Did we do the last one?
I don't think so. I don't think
All right,
we did.
let's do one more, and then I got one more question for you.
Okay. And then
we'll do our bet of the night, play of the game.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck.
Alrighty. All right. I want to amp you up for this question. Who starts Game 6?
The man who starts Game 6. Oh, no. The problem is if you go to wall and they lose, you're fucked. You might be fucked anyways. I think you go to Stolars.
Yeah? Okay.
I think playing him tonight solidified you have to stay.
Okay. I'm obviously going the other way. And I will say this. If you lose, if you win, it doesn't matter. Stoli gets the next game. So Stoli gets Game 1 of round 2. Stoli gets Game 7. I think he could use a little breather. We saw the tweet. I'm going to read the tweet to you. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do it. You know I'm a big Wall guy. And I don't think, when I say Wall should start, I'm not saying take Stolars out of it for good. But Colby, I believe, sent us the tweet. Did you see it?
Yeah, right there.
Where is that the one?
Yeah.
Stolars first 3 games of the series, 926 save percentage. Last 2 games, 842 save percentage, 6 goals on 38 shots combined. That's not good enough. And I honestly think fatigue is starting to wear in. Everyone's saying he's not facing a lot. But the Leafs are blocking a ton of shots. He's going down, getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down, getting up. And Ottawa has controlled most of the pace of play other than today, but they've had the puck in the Leafs' O-zone for a lot of it. He's tiring. I know I'm going to get bombarded in the chat again. I promise you, I believe in Stoli.
Yeah.
I am just saying, give Wall the next game, give him a different look, and Stoli gets in there, either Game 7 or Game 1, win or lose.
I mean, I'm genuinely thinking about it the entire time you're talking about that. I was listening to what you're saying, just trying to think through it. It's like, the problem for me is I always think with goaltenders, there's a mental game.
Yep.
So let's say you take Stoli out.
Yep.
The thing is that I feel like at this point you could take Stoli out and not shatter him, which is a positive, which is kind of what I was just trying to think through. Because, you get to some of those situations, like, let's say after Game 2 or 3.
I knew I was going to get that.
If you switch to Wool, 34-16 will score. Makes sense.
Look, I'm not blaming the guy for the loss today.
Yeah.
He was very, very good, and he kept the boys in it. Yeah, you got to score a fucking goal. Again, the blame is not on him. I just think the gap between the two isn't as crazy as people think it is. I want to give him a rest. We got here, Stoli led the fucking league in save percentage, splitting time. Stoli's been used to coming off the bench. He's ready when you need him. I don't think it's going to be a big deal if you take him out and then you give him the next one.
Here's a headline from a prominent writer in Toronto.
Yep.
2 days ago.
Yep.
The Maple Leafs are still in control.
Okay.
They can't let old demons resurface.
Okay.
Here's a headline from the same writer tonight. Prominent writer. I'm sure people will be able to figure it out.
Yeah. I
The
hate
Maple
this guy,
Leafs
by the way.
decided to play coin flip hockey this season. It's backfiring at the worst time.
I hate this guy.
Couple more super chats here quickly. That one from Maxentius we got to.
my
Brad
goodness.
DeCare, Leafs want a goal. Bring back Robertson. I think both of us think they're going to bring back Robertson
I do
next
too.
game.
Again, I don't know if bringing him back on the road is the right play though, man. I'd rather see Patch on line 2
Yeah.
because line 2 sucked tonight, and you got to mix up that third line. So
Yeah.
maybe get Pontus on that third line. I don't fucking know.
John in the chat earlier, by the way, said, you guys are sniffing salts. The Leafs were sniffing ass tonight.
Oh God, I think I'm getting over it. You mentioned the stages of grief.
Yeah.
Like, where am I now? Like, acceptance.
Like, this is the problem.
I don't know how the stages work.
I'm at this point in my career, I think I'm supposed to be unbiased and whatever.
Yeah.
If this was the Bruins, I would be mad, but I would be more mad at the Leafs. If they blew the series, I would be the most mad at the Leafs. Who cares about the Bruins? Tampa, Florida, same thing. I'm not worried about their fan bases. I'm not even saying I'm worried about the Sens fan base. If they lose this series, it's like good because you've got like it's like good. It's like okay, good is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But it's like it proves that these guys aren't gonna work, and everybody knows that. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I can't deal with it. I would rather have this collapse happen in the second round. I cannot deal with these fucking goddamn fucking Ottawa fucking Senators fans. Your team is not good. You're not in this game because you're beating the Leafs. They are beating themselves, and you're online running around like fucking heroes. Like, there's this fucking one wanker on the internet who's going around about beat the traffic, Toronto, beat the traffic. You know why you don't have to beat traffic? Because no one goes to your fucking games. The only reason you're selling out that fucking arena is because you're playing Toronto. In 2017, you were a game away from going to the Stanley Cup final, and you were blocking off sections in the arena because it was not sold out. You don't have fans. You have to move the team. They should probably move to Quebec City. It's fucking pathetic. And you got to deal with these fucking guys. And if this shit happens, my brain is going to explode. Like, I'm legitimately going to be challenging people to fights on the street. Like, I'm going to be on Twitter being like, I'm going to be on Twitter like, I will drive to Toronto and fight them outside of the CTC, these fucking wankers on the internet. I can't fucking deal with these fucking guys. If it was any other fan base, I'm fine. These guys, their team is not good. You shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. Hey, fucking the New York Rangers weren't fucking twiddling their ass in the regular season and couldn't figure out what to do. They would be in the playoffs, and not you. Oh my fuck, like, what are we talking about here with these guys? It's unbelievable watching this fan base fucking go nuts on the internet. Just wanker after wanker. I mean, we're watching fucking... I see Austin Matthews gets hit from behind in the one game.
Yeah, oh my God.
Biggest dive I've ever seen. Biggest dive I've ever seen. And then fucking... It's nice who gets hit from behind, dive, and then you see Shabbat gets hit by Riley, and it's like, literally, you want me to read the tweets? This is where you go, like, people in Ottawa, you wonder why they cry all the time? The only people they have to watch, they're the people they're watching on the internet. This is what they're tweeting. Taking a shot after the whistle is as classless as it gets, Matthew Nyes. Leafs are genuinely some scumbags. Hope Shabbat is okay. That was such an unnecessary hit on Shabbat. Morgan Riley should get a game misconduct for that nonsense. Blatant attempt to injure, insane, that's just a minor penalty.
God.
Like, this is the same fucking idiot I fought with 2 years ago or a year ago, because this guy is like, is on the internet saying earlier that someone on the Leafs got hurt, being like, fucking rights for hurting that guy. And then Morgan Riley goes at Ridley Gregg and he's tweeting, this is a heinous act. and I'm like, I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna go Morgan Riley on Ridley Gregg on your ass. Like, I'm gonna fucking go Jay Rosehill, start the lawnmower on you and just beat your wheels off outside CTC. Anyways,
You get it out of your system?
I'm good now.
Please just fucking win. Just win, man. Just win. I don't want to deal with this shit. This guy's pissing me off in our chat. He doesn't know the Scotiabank Arena from Canadian Tire Center. I don't think he's ever left Ottawa. He's probably never been to a game to Canada because who the fuck wants to drive there?
Yeah, nobody.
God. Worst fan base. Jesus. All right, where were we?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Play the game? Bet of the day?
Bet of the day.
Bet of the day? All right, I'm out.
All right, we'll get to our bet here. I think everyone knows these ones lost, unfortunately. You want to let's get to our best bet segment presented by Bet365. Want to get in on the action for Stanley Cup playoffs? At Bet365, they got you. From game props, player props, totals, and the money line, you can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, the Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. I'll just do the best bet quick here, and then we'll go to the next one, Vic. We'll go to play of the game after this. Best bet for me was Matthew Knies' anytime goal. I thought Matthew Knies had a really good night tonight. Did not score. It was plus 300. You know, it's like one of those ones you feel like if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him. He had that chance when you're down 1-0, on the power play there, on the pass across from Matthews. Just can't get it tape to tape. It just misses him. That's a tie game if he gets a stick on that. It also cashes the best bet. But unfortunately, that one loses. That's a half unit loss for us here on the Leaf Station pregame and after dark show, unfortunately. But, you know, you battle through. Thanks to our friends at Bet365. We are still up on the season. Vic, with that, let's get to our play of the game. Okay, play of the game for me. The final buzzer. The opening puck drop. The monitor. Vic is in shambles right now. This guy knocked my monitor over. We're good. It's fine. Anyways, play of the game is Morgan. Oh, yeah, good point. I was also going to say the Morgan Riley save to open the game. He gave you life. Vic says the Chris Tanev breakup on the 2-on-1 is his play of the game. It was a great read, a great stick. It breaks that up. I thought that was good. John says play of the game is turning the TV off. Maxentia says no play of the game. Do it again. Stolars for that sick pass. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Okay. Let's get to our final thing here. Let's get to our grade of the game. No animation, Vic. Don't worry. Let's get to our grade of the game here. Grade of the game. It's an F minus. It's not even an F. It's an F minus. This is more. Look. This game is one of the biggest failures in the entire 9 years of this Maple Leafs core. Matthews, Marner, Nylander specifically, Tavares included in there as well, Riley as well. This is one of the biggest failures of this group's entire time here with this franchise. You know, you can look at the loss to Columbus. You can look at the loss to the Montreal Canadiens and blowing that 3-1 lead. You can look at the Game 7 losses to Boston, whatever you want to pick apart. The 5-1 loss to the Florida Panthers, and I understand all of those. And in many ways, it doesn't compete. It's very different. It feels different. It looks different, and all of that is true. The issue with this loss, and the reason why this is the worst loss of this core's group, tenure here in Toronto, this group's tenure in Toronto, is because this was the biggest opportunity you had to show that you were different. That Montreal series, regardless of where they were in the standings and regardless of where you were, sure, you were younger. You were you were less experienced. You hadn't seen as much. You hadn't dealt with the trauma and the trials and tribulation. You hadn't had all of that to say we've learned lessons. That was one of the lessons you learned along the way, and it sucked. It was pathetic. It felt awful. There was terrible moments in it. This loss tonight, even though you may win the series, is one of the worst losses of this group's entire time with this team. Because you could have closed it out and 1-4. You could have swept this team. You could have closed it out on home ice and 1-5. And given a group that's not as good as you only one win. Gentlemen's sweep, get in, get out, call it a day. Not only did you lose this game, you did so in one of the most embarrassing fashions I've ever seen this group do. You had good enough goaltending. You had unbelievable defense. Your fourth line was probably your best line, which is part of the problem that I'm about to say here as well. And with all of those things built in, your biggest performers, your highest paid players, they turned around and flipped you the bird. And they said, you know what? We don't get paid for the postseason. We don't get paid for the playoffs. We get paid from game 1 to game 82. And outside of that, I don't really give a fuck. I don't care how much you love this team and you want to win. I don't care how much pain you guys have gone through, how much money you've spent on your tickets. I'm not going to give you absolute fuck to cheer for tonight. I'm not going to give you a reason to get off your hands or get off your ass and clap your hands and get loud. I'm not going to give you a reason to believe in me. Because when it matters the most, the core of this group completely fucks off. They have done it time and time again. And they may win this series. They may win on Thursday and clean it up and win in 6. But this game tonight has shattered any sense of belief I had in this group going into the playoffs. It shattered any sense of belief I had in this group coming out of the third game of this series, up 3-0. Coin flip games, whatever you want to call them. You're now sitting 3-2. The entire fan base, if you were to check their underpants as a collective, there are shit stains up and down the underpants of Leafs Nation. It is uncomfortable, it is nerve-wracking, and it is terrifying right now to be a Leafs fan. It's the reality of the situation. And honestly, as much as I'd like to believe they get it done on Thursday, I have no fucking idea. The humble confidence I felt going into game 1, 2, 3, I feel like I've lost all of that going into game 6 here now. I feel like this group is primed for one of the biggest upsets and most devastating losses we've seen them have in the history of this franchise. It feels like they're more than capable of doing it. And even if they get past this series, the belief I have in these guys is effectively none. You know, okay, congrats. You got through 1 against the Sens. You've shown me you are more than capable of having this performance when it matters the most, when times get tough, when the game gets hard and tight and tough to score. You can't do it. You can't rise to the occasion. I don't believe in these guys. It's a F- here, 1-13 in opportunities to close out a series, clinching games. That's just not good enough. That's going to do it for me for tonight's post-game show. Thank you to producer Vic. I got a couple of super chats. Dan Freeman, play of the game is Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph. Thank you for the super chat there. Is there anything else there I missed, Vic? I think that's it. That's all for the super chats. That's it for me here tonight on the post-game show. Thanks to everyone who watched, liked, subscribed. Thanks to the $270 in donations. Proceeds go to Sick Kids Charity. Thank you to Carter Hutton for calling in. Thanks to producer Vic. Thanks to my guy Austin Whalen for stopping by here after going to the game in person tonight. Good luck to him on Thursday. Holy fuck. That's Vic. That's still one of the funniest things I heard tonight. Buying tickets halfway through the game. He's us, dude. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Leafs in 6. Maybe. Thank you all. Max NTS with the super chat on the way out. MS13 is more dangerous than 1 and 13. I don't even know what that means. What is MS13? Matt Sundin 13? I guess. It's got to be what it is, right? Anyways, thank you all for watching. Nick and Rosie back tomorrow morning. Leafs Morning Take, 11 a.m. Eastern Time with producer Vic behind the scenes. I'll be back Thursday night. We'll figure out the schedule, pregame, postgame, I don't know, but I think we're going to be here for the postgame on Thursday night right here at Greta Bar YYZ. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Until then, keep believing, I guess. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take, Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.